Well, Build 42 of Project Zomboid has officially arrived, and with it has come loads of new features and things to discover around Knox County. In this playthrough, I'll be hopping into the brand new spawn location of Echo Creek and seeing what it has to offer. Along the way, I'll be giving my thoughts, suggestions, and overall feedback on Build 42 thus far. One more thing before we hop in though, please do remember this is an unstable beta, and not everything will work as intended right now. Anyway, without further ado, let's hop right into my first official playthrough of Build 42. I decided to go with the apocalyptic playstyle with a few minor tweaks that I like to add. No zombie respawns, and that the helicopter will come back more than just once. This keeps the zombies roaming around a little bit more. Now that we have all that set, we need our survivor for this playthrough. Meet Bridget Link, a mechanic whose father owns the local auto shop. She recently moved out on her own, and just so happened that she wasn't there to protect him when the world fell apart. When I spawned into my trailer, I looked around for any weapons to help us make our way to the shop. An iron pipe, not bad. An extra revolver, but let's not go shooting zombies just yet. And speaking of the dead, after I grabbed a bit to eat from the mini fridge, I collected a bottle from the trash to use to store water and headed over to the next trailer. Ugh, the door's locked. There we go. Let's fill this up. Before I left, I ate some food from the kitchen, then threw another sausage into the oven for later. This watch will do for now. I'd just like to know what time it is. Oh, a car. But no keys or gas anywhere, so I headed inside. Eventually. Nope, locked. Not this one. Crap, a zombie. Ooh, I wonder if this is the key we need. Bingo. Inside the house, I found a better watch, tuned into woodcrafting, and collected a bunch of food from the kitchen. There was also some alcohol on the floor, which I stupidly picked up, making Bridget overweight. Don't ask me why I didn't just leave it for later, but instead, I headed towards the auto shop. As I was inching closer, the memories started flooding back. My mom and sister running the diner, my recently retired father ran the gas station. But he'd often get bored sitting at the counter and come help with whatever project I was working on in the auto shop. I miss those days. But they're gone now, and those things, they aren't my family anymore. So I knew what needed to be done. Forgot Jason worked here too. After looking around the basement, I went upstairs to check out the apartment, just in time for another episode of Life and Living. Let's go ahead and mark off the houses we've searched. I know I'll probably forget by tomorrow. And who knows, I may forget where I live too. The next room I walked into was mine and my sister's old room. I placed one of our dolls on the table and went back out. I couldn't stand being in there for too long right now. Her newer bedroom hit my emotions a little less though, but I did come across her diary in there. I don't think she'll mind if we read this. Plus, it's only for the memories, not the stoop. My parents' bedroom didn't have much inside, but thankfully, we did find the car key. I spent the rest of the night bringing everything from downstairs up to the apartment, mainly just the food and reading material though. The tools can stay down here. Ooh, safety goggles. Let's put these on. I had an alarm set to wake me up in the morning so that I wouldn't miss our next episode of Life and Living. I grabbed Electrical Volume 1 and sat down while I watched. Afterwards, I went downstairs to the diner, which had food I left in there from last night. Once I was filled up, it was time to bury my family. I went downstairs, collected a shovel, and returned back up. I wasn't going to let my family rot outside any longer. Looks like I'm the last one left of my family now. Let's make them proud. I went back to the front of the gas station and filled up the gas cans I had collected throughout the auto shop, and then used that gas to fill up the trunk. Let's bring it a little closer so I don't have to run back and forth. Once the tank was completely filled up, I put the remaining gas cans back in the trunk, just in case we ever happen to run out of gas while we're out and about. My muscles were now strained from carrying the gas back and forth, but I figured I'd be able to loot a few more trailers, or at least kill some dead, so I headed out. First trailer didn't have much inside, but I kept attracting more and more Zeds to my location. Crap, that's a lot. Let's use this fence to make it easier. Ah, crap. It's a laceration. Let's get a bandage on. Oh no. I left it back at home, didn't I? Let's get back there. Well, that got him off our trail. But driving back home only brought more my way. Quick, inside. In the bathroom, there we go. Bandage my wound up. Crap, they're getting inside. Ah, crap. Once I ensured the coast was clear, I was finally able to return back upstairs to make myself dinner. Looks like fish sticks tonight. Ugh, why'd we wake up so early today? I guess there's some time to kill before life and living. So let's keep reading up on Electrician. After it was over though, I went to continue looting the trailers. I'll take these. Oh, a car key. That's a decent amount of food as well. On to the next one. I guess this is the car. Not much to offer us. Painkillers and food. Not the worst haul, I guess. I want this poster. How do I get it off the wall? Ugh, guess we're leaving it. After I did another quick depot at my car, I decided to move it up a little bit more, but I ran into a small group while doing so. Oh crap, here we go. After that run-in, I continued going trailer by trailer, looting all the food and any other items I deemed useful to us, like this rubber ducky. There were a few run-ins with the dead along the way, but nothing that Bridget couldn't handle. Ah, there goes the pipe wrench. Hopefully the next trailer has something we can use as a weapon. Ah, crap! Taking on this many without a weapon is sure to be a death wish. So I ran back to my truck where I knew it was safe and tried to fight them off there. Shoot, almost got from behind. I ran around the back of the house and through the front door so that any following me would end up getting stuck on the windows. One down. There's two. Now three. Crap. Finally. There we go. Let's cross this off. Nothing here. Back over to the other trailer. Now we find a weapon. Thanks. After I grabbed all the loot from this house, which was the usual food and pain meds, I returned to my truck and drove home. We've got a lot of dead today. I need a break. So I spent the remainder of the night storing away everything I found. Now you have a friend. Let's get some sheets on these windows. We have the key to the car somewhere over here. It would be nice to have two. Let's take this and this so we can start dismantling some excess furniture to hopefully board up the windows. Well, nothing from that. I'll put them in the back of my truck tomorrow, but for now, let's head to bed. After life and living the following morning, I decided it was time to clear the dead off the stairs. They were a pain trying to walk around each time, so I dragged them over to the grass and started piling them up. I checked up on the laceration from the other day, which was still infected. That's not good. I went to go collect the other car that I marked on my map last night, as well as a few planks while we're over there. Never mind, just one plank. Because I thought this was the car, but I realize now that it wasn't. And instead of grabbing the correct car only a few trailers down, I returned to the gas station, grabbed the other planks from downstairs, along with the box of nails, and started barricading the windows that the zombies broke the other day. I had also brought a lamp back home to put in my bedroom, so I wouldn't have to keep turning on my flashlight every night just to get in bed. Now we can have a lamp emitting light for us. I wanted to go loot the shed that was next to our shop, one in which my father used to store his extra belongings. The door happened to be jammed, so I dismantled the frame holding it, hoping that the door would fall down, but that didn't work. There we go. Inside, I found a weight bench along with a Christmas card that I had gifted my father. I placed the weight bench in the fenced-in area back at home, which I hope to make into a workout space. It's gotta start somewhere. And then I placed the Christmas card in the kitchen. There we go. I ate some ham for lunch, and then got back in my truck to go see if I could attach a trailer that was across the street to the back. Which I was, giving us some more space, along with the ability to now transport animals. That was close. Let's check out the laundromat. It looks pretty clear. The two vans out front didn't have any useful items, and when I went inside the store, I was followed in. Well, nothing in here. I guess let's look inside this house while we're here though. Some beer, a box of trash bags, some soup. Let's put this in the oven to cook up real quick. A fanny pack, box cutters, and even more beer down here. I kinda like this dartboard. Let's bring it back home with us. We need something to start decorating the garage with. Crap! Where did all these zombies come from? After they were all killed, I pulled my truck into the bay so that it'd be a little easier to transfer everything inside, especially the heavy dartboard. Gosh, why is it so heavy? It also didn't end up working out how I wished it would've, but at least a part of it's on the wall. I grabbed one final load from the car like I was bringing in the groceries, and then went to bed after eating dinner. Today, I figured I needed to find a generator before the power went out, so that was on the top of my list. And in mere minutes of my search, I found just what I was looking for. Both of the food trailers were locked up though, so I was able to just take the generator and return it back to the truck. There's still a lot of daytime left. Let's go exploring. Nice, an extra car. Let's just leave it here for now. I want to keep looting before I get too tired. Whoa, that's a load of zombies. Good thing Bridget was strong enough to take them all out. The storage facility happened to be locked, so I decided to cross the street to the farmer's market. Yum yum yum. Oh, key in the ignition, and a tire iron in the back. Ugh, more zombies got lured over to my truck again. The next house was still in the construction process, which meant a load of wood. I found the key to the truck laying by the road, and there was a log stored in the back, along with bandages in the glove box. But while I was in the process of grabbing a first load of planks, I was ambushed by a few zombies, so I had to retreat back to the trailer and quickly store away what was weighing me down. Despite that interruption, I was able to collect the rest without a hitch. So afterwards, I returned back home to use a fresh batch of planks to reinforce the exterior of the gas station, including the windows leading into my apartment. Don't want to have any unwanted visitors showing up in the middle of the night. Damn, sorry Jason, I forgot you were down here again. Let's drag you outside. You weren't family though, so no grave for you. I was pretty exhausted by this point, so I returned back upstairs to chill out on the couch while I read. After my morning routine on day 6, I immediately headed out, not wasting any time. We need a few more of these back home. More food never hurts either. Of course there are zombies here to ruin the peace. Anyway, on to the next one. So many zombies. All of our muscles are strained now. Not good. I was able to loot this house super quickly, mainly because there wasn't anything in here. But the basement did have a few things for me, including a pair of knee pads that I went ahead and threw on. Never know when we'd need that added knee protection. Well, there's only one more house on this street, but like last time, this one was being guarded by a bunch of the dead. There goes that tire iron. Good thing there's an extra in the truck. When I was able to eventually get inside the house, I found a 10-sided dice upstairs, but that was about it. Let's get back home before it gets too late. I wanted to finally finish up Electrical Volume 1, so I sat down on the couch and didn't get up till it was done. Let's do a few exercises before bed. Always good to stay fit. Yeah, why do we keep waking up so early? After sitting around and waiting for the sun to come up, I headed out to get my day started. When I arrived at the first house, the fog had still yet to clear away, so I made sure to be careful. There were medical items in the bathroom, and food in the kitchen. Decent start. In the next house, I came across a hat that kinda made me look like Alpha, when she was trying to blend in at the kingdom. Only real ones get that reference. Comment down below if you do. On my way out of the house, there was a pink flamingo that caught my eye, and I knew we needed to bring that back home. Ugh, getting thirsty. That's better. Let's take some of these before we head in. Take the edge off a little bit. Well, that was a bust. Let's get back home now. I put the pink flamingo out back, used kitchen utensils I collected to decorate that, and placed the hat down in my bedroom. If we ever get a garden going, it'll be a nice farming hat. For the remainder of the night, I read up on Butchering Volume 1, then made myself a burger for dinner. The Life and Living shows are finally starting to pay off. Before heading off to sleep, I sat my butt back down on the couch and finished the butchering book I was reading. The next day was more of the usual. I headed out after watching Life and Living and instantly began looting. Ah, crap. Ooh, a revolver. We can put this in the garage, just in case we get any rodents. I'll take that. Whoa, a frozen pizza. That's pretty cool. Well, this one's abandoned, but there was still a good amount of food inside, including another pizza, plus some rolling papers. We gotta use these to decorate. Another revolver. Don't mind if I do. There was some fuel inside the crashed cars along the street, and I've been seeing on Reddit that the gas pumps may eventually go empty. So just in case of that, I marked them on my map so I wouldn't forget. Let's get into this house now. The garage was filled up with tools and materials, and the house wasn't too bad either. Oh, some takeout. Can't pass up a rubber duck either. But the basement door was locked, so I had to return back to the truck and grab my screwdriver so I'd be able to break in. Yeah, that wasn't really worth it. A TV dinner. But more importantly, a metal bat? This will be a great weapon to fight the dead with. Let's put that on our pack. Upstairs, however, was a little less abundant with loot. We can cross these off now. Only one more house over here. Let's go check it out before it gets too late. When I opened up the front door, there were two zombies standing there in police gear. Overlooked the holster on the first one, but I did grab his pistol, and the other one had a bulletproof vest as well. This will give me a little bit more protection. I'll throw this in here. Oh, another fanny pack. Let's put this one on as well. This house ended up being humongous, which meant a lot of good loot. Another rubber ducky. I'll take the extra knee pads. Never know when ours might break. Now we can head back home. Oh shit! That was close. Let's go store everything now. The gas station's finally starting to feel lived in. The next few days, I spent my time clearing the rest of the houses on this side of the river. Oh, that's a lot of zombies. This is why I don't have a trailer in real life. Ooh, a church. We need to clear all these houses first though. Don't want to be caught in any sticky situations. What did I just say about sticky situations? Let's get back to the car. Come on, come on, come on. Start, start. There we go. Let's get out of here. Doesn't look like any followed me back. Let's stay here for the rest of the night. We can't afford any more close calls like that. And after a night of rest, back over I went. put new batteries in my flashlight. Another flamingo wouldn't hurt. Finally a backpack. Ooh, some sports gear. This will go good in the rec yard. How do we keep finding revolvers? I won't complain though. You already know we're gonna need to take this gnome. That's a lot of reading material. And I don't know why, but I stupidly decided to drink some boxed wine while I was looting, thinking it would only make me tipsy. But not when you drink half the freaking box. But now that I was completely drunk, and like the responsible citizen I am, I couldn't drive back home tonight. So I staked out a nearby house and stayed there for the night. Make sure we close this curtain up though. Ah shit, my batteries are out now. Geez, this sucks if you get caught out in the dark. I crept over to my truck where I had an extra battery stored in the back, then continued my journey towards the church. Well, there's 3 cars outside. Hopefully we can find an extra one with good mechanics to work on back at home. But all 3 ended up being pretty damaged and weren't really what I was looking for. Ooh, another gas can. If there is any God, please help me through this. There wasn't much inside the church, but the community center did have a bit of food inside. Let's go ahead and cross this off. What? There's another house on this side? Ugh, let's go check it out. Hey, it's like my truck, but red. Another tire iron? Just food in here. Let's get back to the gas station now. Boom! For the most part of the day, I went around decorating my base. David will look pretty good here. Yeah, this area is starting to look pretty cool. Let's go ahead and read all of these. Don't know if I'll ever use them, but it's good to have them. Now that everything on this side of the river was looted, I moved my eye across the bridge to whatever was over there. Before it got too late, I jumped in my truck and drove over to check it out. Yeah, this will help us burn off some energy before bed. Thanks for the car key. Finally the car we're looking for. Almost everything on it's perfect, and it has a full tank. Let's get this baby home. I drove my truck back home first, then walked myself back over the bridge to collect the car. McCoy Logging Company. There's probably a few wooden planks in there that we can use to reinforce the gas station. Whoa! Wasn't expecting you there. Perfect. Let's pull the car over here to load it up. Well, the new zombie spotting system is something. I could have sworn I took conspicuous when making this character, but it doesn't seem to be working. Looks like that's a new smoker trait now that that's broken. Once the car was filled up with wooden planks, I headed back home, parked the car in the bay, and returned upstairs for the rest of the night. And after a good night's sleep, I unloaded the planks from the car and began reinforcing the windows of the gas station. After I was done with that, I headed back to where I was last night, this time bringing the truck and trailer. Ooh-zah! Once all the most durable planks were stored away, I turned my attention towards the Speedy Go. Let's hop in. He's a little preoccupied right now. Let's leave him there. I don't think they'll mind if I steal their lunch. I don't think they're coming back anyway. Alright, bud. You've made enough noise. Time to get back home so we can finish boarding things up. I thought for a second that maybe I could use some of the planks to construct a water collector, but then realized we need to be level 5 for that, and we're currently only level 1. Anyway, back to boarding up the windows. By the time I was finished, it was far too late for me to go out and do anything else. So I whipped up a hamburger and went to bed early for the night. I guess I needed that. I slept all the way up to my alarm. To begin today, I figured it was time to start my finished books pile. If you're a regular on this channel, you know that in every series I do, I pile up all the reading material I'll finish up along the way and throw them into a little corner. But this time, I decided it deserved its own room. Alright, enough playing around. It's time to head out. Let's go ahead and park this here. Whoa! At least we have another flamingo now, but let's see what else is inside. Oh, a watermelon. That's cool. Beta blockers will come in handy. That zombie's not hurting us right now. Let's eat some cereal in the meantime. And why not loot the rest of the house too? I guess let's take care of it now. We could use this in the rec area. Always good to use protection, kids. Fuck. Screw it. Let's stay here and defend our ground. I think it's better to take them out one by one while they're coming in, rather than waiting for them to group up anyway. Now we found the key. And there's still more zombies coming this way. We can finally mark these off. But we're exhausted from all this fighting, so I went ahead and headed home. Oh, this watermelon's so little, and seeing it put me in the mood for a fruit salad, but I couldn't bring myself to go ahead and cut into the watermelon just yet. If only we could find one more to complete the trio. I decided tonight that I'd start reading up on glass making. I'm not too sure how it works just yet, but maybe we can eventually repair the window downstairs. And while Bridget was reading in bed, she fell asleep from the exhaustion. When I finally awoke in the morning, I headed back to the barn I had spotted in the previous day to see if there were any animals lingering around. Well, I don't see any in the field, but maybe there's some in the barn. Nope, but there is a trophy I'm going to take. If anyone asks, it's definitely mine and not a participation trophy. Oh, that's a lot of zombies. And here they come. I don't know what this is, but I'll take it. I found some towels inside the laundry room that I went ahead and used to dry myself off, and the same went for upstairs as well. We were very sweaty. The last house on this street ended up being a survivor's house, but every single one of the windows were boarded up on the outside. I guess we'll go somewhere else in the meantime. Let's see what's over this way. Oh, a cabin. And sheep! Finally, animals! Let's quickly loot this cabin and then go check them out. A couple of sleeping bags. I'll put these in our truck just in case we get stuck out looting and there's nowhere to sleep. There were also a bunch of seeds in here, along with a few bags of sand. Let's take this too. Never know what I might want to grill out. Time to pull the truck in. Gotta be careful though not to run any over. Alright, how do I pick you up? While I figured that out, let's grab a feeding trough before I forget. And we can't miss out on the free food either. Another generator, but I'm pretty sure ours back at home's a little better, so we'll leave this one here for now. But there was a whole bunch of farming supplies inside this closet, which will be way more than enough to start a garden back home. I think we can only pick up baby animals, but maybe we can push them a little closer to the trailer. Yeah, that's one way to do it. I guess let's go ahead and grab 2 in case I ever want to breed them. Almost. Just a little closer. Finally. Let's get them home. We should probably pull it into the rec yard for tonight. This is going to be doubling as my animal pen for now. But before I let them out to wander around, I wanted to go ahead and get their area ready. So I ate up a hamburger in my apartment, then started unloading the truck. Oh yeah, animals need both food and water. I guess we need to go grab another trough tomorrow. Animal and farming supplies will go in here, and I guess it's time to let these guys out. Okay now, how do y'all work? So it seems like this is how we make their zone. Now how do we add them to that zone? I'm not sure. Maybe we need to get the other trough for water first. Oh no, don't wander out of here. How do y'all even get out of the fence? No, not a zombie. Which sent the 2 sheep fleeing for safety. Crap, now we have a rope. You're not getting away this time. Well, it says they're both assigned to Livestock Zone 4, so does that mean they're going to stay in here? I hope so, because I need some sleep now. But when I got up on the morning of day 15, she was nowhere to be found. Guess all she ever wanted was freedom. Stanley, on the other hand, I think he's staying. I don't know if he has any thoughts going on in there. Just look at him. As I neared back to where the barn was, I noticed 2 things. Number 1, there were now sheep in the field that there definitely weren't there yesterday. And number 2, the boards protecting the survivor's house had now been broken, which means we have easy access to the loot inside. And the first zombie I killed proved me right. Oh, a shoulder holster. Let's add this Magnum revolver to it. Now let's see what's in this duffel bag. Definitely equipping that. We look even more badass now. There was also a poncho on this zombie, which I figured would be a good thing to have stored away in the truck, just in case it ever started to storm while we were out looting. The rest of the duffel bag was filled up with canned food and skill books, along with this annotated map. I had an affair with Derek. I am so sorry. First off, I have so many questions. Was it before or after the apocalypse? And why is this house marked? Is this where the deed was done? I don't want to go there if it was. Or is it where they are now? It doesn't matter. I'm getting ahead of myself. Back to looting now. More food. Oh, let's try these shoulder pads on. Well, if it did not equip my only holster and my backpack, I might actually use them. But for now, it'll look good in the rec area. Crap, zombies are here. Now time to go collect the other metal trough. And after it was stored away, it was only about noon so far, so I drove further south to the remaining few houses. The first turned out to just be a little old shed, but inside had even more farming supplies stored away. Magazines, food, books, seeds, everything. Let's go check out the farmhouse now. Oh, I love salt and vinegar chips. More meds, and that's about it. Wait, this guy's still alive? Let's finish him off. There's only one more remaining building in all of Echo Creek now, so despite starting to become tired, I decided to go ahead and head over. And fortunate enough for me, it was just another barn. Let's go ahead and try this gun out. Oh yeah. Finish you off with this. No point in wasting any more rounds. Alright, back home it is. When I arrived, I went upstairs to fill up my water and eat dinner before I worried about getting water to my animals. They'll be fine. Here we go. Yeah, that didn't do much. But good thing there is a few more bottles upstairs. This is gonna take forever if we do it this way. Ugh, I wish we had a bucket. Which I probably do stored away somewhere, but that's enough water for them right now. Once I finished decorating my apartment with all the trinkets I had found along the way, I read all the remaining magazines I had stored away and added them to the finished books room, and headed to sleep for the final night. If you all enjoyed this video and would like to see another part where I maybe go and travel down to Irvington, be sure to comment that down below. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get enough footage for that before Andystone puts out their next update though, because if you don't know, your saves don't transfer in the unstable beta, so your time with your character is especially limited in the unstable. But overall, my thoughts on Build 42 so far is that it's extremely fun to play, and a huge breath of fresh air for me. The new lighting system was super cool, especially seeing the gas station lit up at night, and even getting caught out in the dark with no flashlight. Me personally, I like the added horror aspects to the game. It always keeps you on your toes. Another thing I liked about it was that the zombies seemed to be a little bit more realistic than before. They all walk at different speeds now, making each fight a little different. The sneaking system also seemed to work pretty well, although I did have a few instances where I felt I probably should have been spotted, especially taking the conspicuous trait and all. In my limited time playing with the animals, they seemed a little buggy. And when scrolling through Reddit, that seems to be the overall player feedback. I've seen a whole bunch of posts where people's farms have been exploding overnight with pigs and chickens. I don't know, I haven't seen them with cows. Y'all tell me down below if it's happened with cows yet. But like I said at the start, this is still an unstable beta, so there are going to be some kinks to iron out. I'll rate build 42 currently in the unstable at 8 out of 10. It's a huge change of pace that I personally enjoyed as long as I wasn't using the smoker trait.